And the PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the International Challenge. Frank, through the years, there have been some great winners at the Open Championship played at Royal Troon.
Well, just in recent history, remember Mark Kalkovecchia in the playoff with Wayne Grady and Greg Norman. There was also Todd Hamilton when he beat Ernie Els in the four-hole playoff. And back in 1996, Justin Leonard was to win his Open Championship.
Tom Watson also won an Open Championship here. Tom Weiskopf, his only major, that was 1973. The great Arnold Palmer, Bobby Locke, they all won at Royal Troon.
There's something about a well-hit shot.
Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway. The second shot now to the par 4. This has really been a challenge all day long with these winds coming from different directions, changing speeds. It's gone from 15 upwards to 25 miles per hour. Really a test for the players. Putting on a show, this tournament moves to 15 under par. Frank, they call this second hole Black Rock. They also call it the most heavily bunkered hole on the entire course. What do you have to do to stay away from them?
Well, it plays in the same direction as the first hole. So the prevailing breeze normally off the right. Some bunkers in play either side. Really just let the ball go to ground, let it run out. There's 11 bunkers in total on the second hole.
Now it's right in his wheelhouse, good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
This is a good-looking shot. So on the putting surface and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. Well, how about this start? Birdie, birdie to open the round. Back to the tee box here on hole number 3, and there are a few club selection decisions that come into play on this first shot, Frank.
There is. The reason why, there's a burn that cuts through from the 16th hole all the way across the golf course through the middle of the third. And that stops, or should I say starts, at about 285 yards. That really has to be at the forefront of your mind.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
That'll leave him with a good birdie opportunity, only about 10 feet away. That's a good shot. Locked in on the read and the speed. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Has this to save par.
You know, really, Rich, right now it's just a case of running out of holes. Pars are fine.
Rich Lerner back with you at Royal Troon. Frank, first par 5 of the round. What's ahead?
Our best opportunity for a birdie here is to take it over the bunker on the right. If you do that, you're going to get a little added roll and go in here even with perhaps a mid-iron or a long iron. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. No fairway here, this one in that rough.
Rich, with a lie like that in the rough, you're going to get too much grass between club face and ball. You're going to have to adjust for that and at least take a club or two more.
Well, he'll have to get up and down from the bunker to save his par. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
Well, Frank, obviously our gamer is one of the best from the bunkers, but for the average player out there, what's the mistake they too often make when trying to play a bunker shot?
Well, it's the only shot in golf where you're not trying to hit the ball. You're trying to hit the sand first, but it means the club has to go through the sand on both sides. So take a nice little divot with the ball in the middle, follow through. Ball's going to come out every time.
Now, the first par 3 here at Royal Troon, it's the 5th hole, a little bit more than 200 yards. What's the challenge here, Frank?
A lot depends on the breeze. Plus, you remember, you've got to allow for the roll and the bounce here. So anything pitching on the front of the green, let that ball release or kick towards the middle and back of the screen.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Count that for a birdie. Now to the 601-yard behemoth par 5 6th hole. You can pay the steep price here, Frank, for a mistake.
You can. You can't reach this green with your tee shot, so there's no reason to even try. A good drive, if it bounds down the right side and will eventually go left, would perhaps give you a chance to reach this par 5 and 2. But this is one tee shot to concentrate on.
He's going to have to find something, Frank, other than the rough.
Yeah, there's hitting it right and there's hitting it left, but when you've got to go out of both barrels, the game becomes hard.
Excellent looking shot here. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Birdie try up next. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie And what a day it's been. Moving inland now, Frank, the par 4 7th hole. Do you even think about carrying those bunkers on the right?
But you're trying to work that ball off the left side, because if you get caught up on the hills there on the right, then all of a sudden you can start making 5s, 6s, and all sorts of weird and wonderful numbers.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Setting up for an approach shot here. Frank, at this, the highest level of the game, the margins are so razor thin between winning and losing. It becomes about not wasting shots, and I think that's why players really enjoy stroke play.
I think you hit the nail on the head, Rich. That's why the best players, they want every shot to count. And the best format of golf that requires that is stroke play. In match play, you can get away with a big number. In stroke play, they want it to be a body of work. Every single shot adding to the score. You'd like that one again.
Oh, man.
I just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. And he makes it for par. Frank, the par 3 8th hole, it is one of the most famous little holes in all of golf.
123 yards postage stamp. Pick the wrong club, though, maybe a little too much, and it'll be a green that you'll more than airmail.
That's been the story of the day, hacking it out of the rough.
You're going to have grass stains on the shoes come the end.
That is always so disappointing from that kind of a spot when you come up short.
Yeah, you're licking your chops over that one. A shot you think you could hit directly at the flag. Now, test for the short game.
That shot right there from that lie in the rough to knock it that close, that's good. Not a gimme, but well within his range. My goodness, what does the guy have to do to make a putt out here? It's a very makeable putt here. He is currently 5 under for his round. Bad news is, Frank, that's a bogey, but the good news, still has the lead.
Can't afford another, though.
Frank, how does the front nine finish up with this par 4?
Well, the par 4 ninth is called the Monk. It's not overly long, 423 yards, dogleg to the right. Just one bunker down the left to be avoided.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing to argue about there, right in the fairway. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. Let's see if he does it here.
It's in the hole. Just a sensational shot right there. Frank, the 9th hole, 423 yards, not especially long by today's standards. You're looking to make birdie here, or you happy to make a par and move on to the back 9?
Well, there's certainly a chance for birdie. One of the hardest things about the 9th is the raised green. And it's sort of, there's 2 tiers here, just the top level. If that pin is on the top level, then you would certainly walk away with 4 very happily.
Tug that one a little bit offline to the left, and he'll pay a bit of a price because that rough is fairly thick. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break. This is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. And setting up here in the rough. Well, that's what the great ones do. From the rough, they use their skill and their strength to get it out and get it close. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Standing over the ball here at the par 4 11th. Frank, quite a hole.
The tee shot is so important here. This is one tee shot. If you miss, you will pay the price deeply.
Frank, what happened to Jack Nicklaus here at the 11th hole back in 1962?
Yeah, that was his rookie year. He was actually looking at making 2 majors in a row. He just won the US Open. Came to the 10th hole, and, well, he made one more than 10, 11 to be precise. So you never know. If you make a 5 or a 6, that's not so bad when you consider what happened to Jack Nicklaus all the way back in 1962.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. Now playing the second here at the par 4.
That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
That's how you play the game, right there. Good chance here. Currently at 5 under par. Oh, I thought he had that.
Whoa, that was unexplainable. Thought that was easily going to be a par.
Now we'll have to focus, try to make bogey.
In this situation, Rich, a bogey's not all that bad. Still has the lead.
Back here at the 12th, and this is a hole that heads back towards the water. You might not see your tee shot land over the ridge in the middle of the fairway here, Frank, so what's the best strategy?
Well, it's called the fox, and you have to be cunning like a fox here. This one has a slight bend to the right, and a little like the previous hole, this is another fairway that certainly requires your best tee shot. Well, a hard hole after that tee shot has now become an easy hole.
It's the great equalizer. When you can drive the golf ball, Frank, just like that, boy, it opens up so many avenues, and he'll have plenty to choose from here. Looks good. Chance to make a birdie. That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Birdie try up next. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Everybody loves him. Birdie on the card. Frank, on paper, 13 seems pretty straightforward, but it's not that simple, is it?
No, very stringent tee shot. Gorse right and left, plus a little sort of mound with some rough on down the right side. So really, you got to hit the ball down, not just the fairway, but the left side of the fairway.
I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards. Settles in, looking to knock it in tight. Frank, this one's going too far left, it looks like.
Yeah, it was fine there for a little while, but if it keeps going left, it's doomed.
Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that thick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game.
Superb shot.
Well, that's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Little redemption chance here. Had bogey yesterday. He's made it. And now the tee shot here at the 472-yard par 4 13.
A hole that bends to the right, ideally hit it down the left side, and then you're playing to a raised two-tiered green. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like.
Rich, do you think we should tell him this fairway out there?
Yeah, he's been in the rough all day long. Frank, in golf, as we know, there's short grass and there's long grass. We all want to be in that short grass, but it doesn't always work out that way. So what's the most important element from the shot, from the rough?
You have to be a little bit more conservative first and foremost, because you can't guarantee a perfect strike out of the long grass. So therefore you have to look around the greens, maybe short, to the right, to the left, and realize what's involved. And also just give yourself a slightly bigger target.
Well, you just can't make up ground if you don't make putts. Drop shot here at the 14th hole. This one just requires a little bit of focus. That's a bogey, but still in the lead.
We start to see shots in hand really valuable.
At the 15th, this par 4 is over 480 yards.
The key here really is the 3 bunkers, 2 on the left, 1 on the right. 260 yards gets you past that. If you find the fairway here, then you don't have to worry about the 3 bunkers that are short of this green.
That's an absolute tracer right there. In the fairway and well over 320 yards. This is the second shot at the par 4. Third shot, looking for a good one. Solid play, heart of the green. And he makes it for par. The back nine here at Royal Troon has only one par 5, and here it is, Frank.
At 542 yards, you'd think it's reachable, but that burn cuts in at 280 yards, so it means you have to lay back. But I remember back in 1997, playing alongside Tiger Woods, and he still managed to get it onto the green from behind the burn. That was some shot.
You knew at that point he was something special.
He certainly was. He then knocked it in from 40 feet for an eagle 3.
That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. Good lie in the fairway. Good chance to make something happen here. Frank, you've played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze, but down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Playing a par 5, Frank, what happened on that third shot?
Yeah, it's a poor decision, but well, Hopefully he can eradicate that from the memory banks and really knuckle down on this. Do not want to drop a shot or make 6 here.
Just a couple of feet. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
17th here at Royal Troon. This is a very strong par 3, isn't it, Frank?
Well, if rabbits have teeth, then this is why it's called rabbit. Very, very strong par 3. There is fairway out there. There is.
He can't find it, though. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. Frank, this ball's in the rough. You like to hinge just a little bit quicker on the takeaway when the ball is down like this?
No, when it's down, you've just got to make sure that you wind up almost like you're hitting a tee shot. This is not one to be dallied with. You've got to hit it powerfully. And you really have to focus on that club getting through the grass, past the ball, and out the other side.
Okay, good shot on the dance floor. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. That's just a poor putt right there. No other way to say it. And a drop shot, a bogey at 17. Clean this up with a tap. Bad news is, Frank, that's a bogey, but the good news, still has the lead.
Can't afford another, though.
Frank, the right fairway bunker ruined Greg Norman's chance at the 1989 Open Championship here at Royal Troon.
Yeah, pulled out driver, and there's one bunker down the right side. Hit a perfect tee shot, what looked like it was perfect. Somehow it managed to run all the way down there and behind the lip. And, of course, the rest is history.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway. Frank, obviously here at 18, you do not want to be long.
Yeah, err on the side of caution here. You're exactly right. You'd rather be 30 feet short of this flag than 30 feet over the back of this green, because it might just be out of bounds. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it. He just missed the bunker. Ready for his third shot. Needs to hit this close. Well, it's obvious he is in complete command of his golf ball right now. Settles in over the putt. Boy, that hurts right there, Frank.
Yeah, he's got to knuckle down now, though, because, you know, we've seen it before, Rich. 2 putts turn into 3, 4. So make sure you can limit the damage here.
And that's a bogey. And That wraps up the third round. Just one more to go before we crown our champion.
Yeah, I'm not saying I'm looking at my crystal ball, Rich, but that champion that we see tomorrow might be the one just sitting at the leaderboard on top of it right now.
EA Sports PGA Tour proudly present the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the International Challenge. Beautiful looking shot right here. That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Really in control of this hole. Birdie yesterday and another opportunity on the way. This for another birdie on this hole on the week.
And a great start.
Frank, they call this second hole Black Rock. They also call it the most heavily bunkered hole on the entire course. What do you have to do to stay away from that?
Well, it plays in the same direction as the first hole, so the prevailing breeze normally off the right. Some bunkers in play either side. Really just let the ball go to ground, let it run out. There's 11 bunkers in total in the second hole.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. So on the putting surface, and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Getting set now over the putt. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Just 5 feet left. So has the par. Moving on to the next hole, and the lead, Frank, is very much intact. Back to the tee box here on hole number 3, and there are a few club selection decisions that come into play on this first shot, Frank.
There is. The reason why, there's a burn that cuts through from the 16th hole all the way across the golf course through the middle of the third. And that stops, or should I say starts, at about 285 yards. That really has to be at the forefront of your mind.
Nice long tee shot there and a good lie, Frank. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. A makeable putt right here. He is currently sitting at 1 under par. Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Putt for par. Needs one. A good effort, a good par putt. Rich Lerner back with you at Royal Troon. Frank, first par 5 of the round. What's ahead?
Our best opportunity for a birdie here is to take it over the bunker on the right. If you do that, you're going to get a little added roll. You go in here even with perhaps a mid-iron or a long iron.
Excellent start off the tee. That's a great way to begin this hole.
Second shot. This is not heading in the right direction.
Looks like it's going to be in the rough. He's going to have to find something, Frank, other than the rough.
Yeah, there's hitting it right and there's hitting it left, but when you've got to go out of both barrels, the game becomes hard.
Safely aboard. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
It's amazing. Doesn't matter how close it goes. It's an extra shot. That one will definitely hurt.
Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
At the par 3 fifth, ready to get this hole started.
Prevailing breeze once again should be coming from the water, which is on the right. That makes that tee shot a little bit more difficult because it pushes the ball to those 3 bunkers on the left side. This one's going left, Rich.
Not knocking down the flagstick here, but looks as though it will find the green. Birdie try up next. Birdie try again here today. Just a beautiful roll there.
Oh, that's like stealing.
Well, Frank, typically when you step up to a par 5, you're thinking birdie, maybe even eagle. But this is 601 yards, a behemoth. It's long, and you can get punished for a mistake here, can't you?
It used to be the longest par 5 on the Open Championship Rota. But remember, there's humps and hollows that can always be used in your advantage. To your advantage. If you aim it down the right side, the ball normally kicks back towards the middle of the fairway. So that's the side to be aiming on.
And from the fairway for his second shot here.
That's an absolute beauty.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
On the green in regulation. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Mark that as a birdie on the card. Ball's teed up, ready to fly here at the 7th.
Yeah, it's a slight elevated tee, so you see all the problems in front of you. A couple of bunkers down the left, 2 down the right, but it's links golf, so you know where you got to go. That's in between them.
That's been the story of the day, hacking it out of the rough.
Gonna have grass stains on the shoes come the end. Rich, there's rough and rough. That ball is needle nose down.
Can't even see it from here. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Well, this one should be safely on deck here. Frank, not close, but from that line, not bad.
Oh, that's excellent. Seriously, given the conditions, Rich.
Trying to make yet another birdie. Wow, what a putt. That is huge. And what happened here in 1973?
The old squire, Gene Sarazen himself, made an ace.
He was 71 years old playing his final Open. That's good stuff right there. Wonderful approach, and now a really good look at birdie. They par yesterday, this one for birdie. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Ready to go here at the 9th at Royal Troon Golf Club. 423 yards. What are you looking to do with this one, Frank?
Well, it's another one that's a dogleg left. It's called the Monk, actually, because it faces the village of Monktown. One bunker on the left, 285 yards to carry that, but it's not that you're trying to carry it, it's you're trying to cut the ball off that.
Interesting, with the almost space-age advancements in golf equipment, what with new, lighter materials, and with the increased focus on fitness and strength, players are hitting the ball longer than ever. That has forced architects to lengthen the golf courses without sacrificing the integrity or the shot value of the original design. Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Frank putting it all together today. What a nice performance.
It's been like a clinic so far.
And he's made it onto the green now. Little redemption chance here. Had bogey yesterday. Did the job right there. Just a superb performance on the front side. He's hoping to keep it going here on the back nine, Frank.
The game is so much easier when you're swinging well, putts are going in. Really, you've just got to keep out of your own way. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. They'll pay a little bit of a price for missing the fairway here, because from that rough, you cannot control the spin on the golf ball. He's knocked it on the green, but not in a great position. This is a difficult chance coming up here. Long birdie try. This hole's been good to him. Birdie yesterday, trying for another one today. Looks like he just misread that.
It's no snack, though.
Boy, that hurts right there, Frank.
Yeah, he's got to knuckle down now, though, because, you know, we've seen it before, Rich. 2 putts turn into 3, 4. So make sure you can limit the damage here.
Bad news is, Frank, that's a bogey, but the good news, still has the lead.
Yeah, can't afford another, though.
Frank, please tell me that I'm not supposed to aim at the gorse on the left side here at 11.
Oh, yes, you do, Rich. But you better keep that ball in the air, and it better stay in the air for a long time. That's the line to the fairway. This is a long par 4.
That's an absolute tracer right there. In the fairway and well over 320 yards. Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Speed wasn't bad on that long putt, but the read wasn't very good. Par bid here.
You know, really, Rich, right now it's just a case of running out of holes. Pars are fine.
Back here at the 12th, and this is a hole that heads back towards the water. You might not see your tee shot land over the ridge in the middle of the fairway here, Frank, so what's the best strategy?
Well, it's called the fox, and you have to be cunning like a fox here. This one has a slight bend to the right, and a little like the previous hole, this is another fairway that certainly requires your best tee shot.
Good contact, good result. He just blasted that one down the fairway, out there about 325 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green.
It was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Third shot, looking for a good one. Solid play, heart of the green. Didn't fare too well on this hole yesterday. Made a bogey. And that's in for a par. Frank beginning to head towards home. This is the 13th of par 4.
Another dogleg right. Problem isn't really the tee shot here, even though there's undulations and mounds all over the fairway. Second shot's played uphill to an elevated green.
Now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up. You can bring it in high. You can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
So he's hit it inside 30 feet. Not his best, but still a chance.
Yeah, the odd 28-footer, and that's exactly what it is. I've seen a few of those go down.
You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Heading for home now, Frank, the par 3 14th, just under 180 yards. What's the key here?
Well, it's rather narrow at the front there. There's 3 bunkers, but it's the second 2 that you really worry about that narrow the front of the green up. Plus, the front is slightly raised, so ideally you want it to fly it more towards the middle where it starts to widen up.
This one looks right on point. That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Continues to amaze. Yet another birdie, and what a day it's been. Now at the 15th at Royal Troon Golf Club, 483-yard par 4. This, Frank, is one of the hardest holes in the course.
It's certainly a stout par 4 at that distance. If you're playing it into a head breeze, then 260 yards is certainly going to be a big tee shot. But 260 yards takes all the bunkers out of play.
Like the looks of this one.
Oh, yeah.
Good strike, good lie, good chance to attack the pin. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. This is pretty good, Rich. Maybe just a touch right.
Had the club face open just a bit at impact, and that one moves considerably to the right of the flagstick. This one has a good long. Oh, yeah, go ahead and fill it up. Frank, here's the only par 5 on the back 9 at Royal Troon.
You'd think at 542 yards it would be reachable, but the burn that cuts across really limits the tee shot to about 280 yards. So it's very much about placing that second shot in a good distance for your third.
In the 1997 Open Championship here at Royal Troon, you played with Tiger Woods in the 3rd round. What did he do at this 16th hole?
He hit a driver for a second shot into a head breeze from about...
Frank, we've all been there. You hit one in the water, you're down. How do you regroup?
You've got to start from scratch again. Everybody's going to hit bad shots. That's just the nature of the game. But compounding mistakes, that's the problem that you want to avoid.
So this will be the 3rd shot after taking the drop with the ball going in the water. So Frank, he'll take a drop here.
Yeah, he'll take his medicine, take his penalty shot. The hole's not over yet.
Playing his 3rd here at the par 5.
Normally you'd say that's a bad tee shot, but this is a pattern, Rich.
He's going to have to find something, Frank, other than the rough.
Yeah, there's hitting it right and there's hitting it left, but when you've got to go out of both barrels, the game becomes hard.
Coming out of the rough and right up next to the hole. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Frank, now to the hole they call Rabbit, 222-yard par 3.
I don't know why it's called Rabbit, because this is certainly some tough par 3. Green sits up a little bit. There's a big roll-off on the left side, well bunkered. This takes a brilliant long iron shot just to keep it on the green. That was a little over-ambitious.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Pretty good shot right there. Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Frank, at the 1989 Open Championship, Greg Norman was in great position in that playoff with Mark Calcavecchi, and I believe it was Wayne Grady. What happened to Norman?
Well, he started off tremendous in the playoff. The playoff was 1, 2, 17, and 18. He birdied the first and the second hole. Missed the 17th green just on the left. Took 3 from the edge, which allowed Calcavecchi and Wayne Grady back in. Then took driver up off 18. It bounced just 1 hop too far and found that bunker on the right side. And of course, the rest was history, and Mark Calcavecchi was crowned the Open champion.
Great white sharks, so often so unlucky at major championships. Frank, this is a hole, number 18, where you don't want to be in a hurry to get to the clubhouse.
Yeah, there's out of bounds just off the back of this green, so you might want to keep that in the back of your mind. Don't go long.
Yeah, OB is just steps from the clubhouse. It should be pretty good right there, on the safe side. So maybe a nice way to finish up with a good approach here to the 18th and a good chance for birdie to win the International Challenge. Like Ben Crenshaw right there, just so smooth.
I've played before.
Just a fantastic week of golf. Add that one to the win count.
A lot of great quality players out there, and to come on top of that leaderboard is truly a great accomplishment.
son of a bitch. Damn. Look at these fucking greens. Fucking bullshit greens.